Now we're going to start by making the head. We have to do a magic ring. Chain 1. And do 2 single crochets inside the magic ring. As you're doing the single crochets, pull to close up the hole. 1, 2. Every 2 stitches you pull it. This yarn, if you pull too hard, it will pop, and you don't want that to happen. So it's 1 and 2. That's 2 single crochets. Now we add a stitch marker. On your last stitch or on your first stitch. That's preferable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. So now we're gonna, this is worked in a spiral in a continuous round. Now we're gonna do an increase on each stitch, and we will have 12 stitches. 1, 2. Next 2, 1, 2. You can crochet over the little strand, or you could just leave it in the back. It doesn't make a difference. I like to put in at least 2 stitches to cover it, so just to secure it a little bit more. So 2 more stitches. 1, 2. Single, 2 single crochets here, and this is the last stitch. Remove your stitch marker and place your last 2 stitches. And now we have 12 stitches. And now we're going to work row 3, which will consist of single crochet and an increase, and that should give you 18 stitches. So that's 1 single crochet. Wait, I want to make this a little tighter. 1 single crochet and an increase. 1 single crochet and an increase here. Remove your stitch marker, do your increase, and put it back on. Okay. Place the stitch marker. Okay, now we're on row 4. In this round, we're going to do 2 single crochets, in 1 in each stitch. 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So that's 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to do an increase. This is 2 together. 1. Okay, we do an increase in the next one. 1, 2, increase. The next 2 stitches, we're going to do single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. And then we're going to have an increase. 1 and 2 in the next one. On the third one, we have an increase. And now let me place my stitch marker back. And this is where you get your ruler and you check your gauge. You should get 2 inches on the round. We have 2 inches for across, 24 stitches around. So the gauge is good. So now you know that the bear's face and his head is going to come out the right proportion. On this round, we're going to single crochet 24 stitches all the way around, 1 in each stitch. Remove the stitch marker, do your last stitch, and place the stitch marker back. Okay, the following round, we're on row 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're on row 6. We're going to do 3 single crochets and an increase. The first 3 stitches, 1 single crochet in each one, 3 single crochets. That'll be 3 single crochets in total. 1, 2, 3. And the next 3, increase. 1, 2, and 3 single crochet in the next 3, increase. You're going to follow this all the way to the end. And 2 together. This is the last one on this round. And now we're going to go to round 7. Around 7, we're going to do 5 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 2 together, which is the increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 2 together. And this is the last one. The last one will be an increase. Okay. Now we're going to go to round 8. Round 8 is consists of the first 3 are single crochet, 1 in each, 1 single crochet in each. 3. increase, and this is where it changes. Now we're going to do 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you do an increase. The next row, the next round is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which will be 9. In the next round, we're going to have 7 single crochets and an increase. The next 7 stitches, 7 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is no slip stitch. There is no chain 1. This is just a continuous round. That's an increase. Now the nose is already taking shape. And now the next round is, that was 7. Now we're going to do round 10, which is 4 single crochets in the first 4 stitches. 2, 3, and 4. Increase. Two, 3, and 4. And if you notice, there was 4 before in the beginning. We started with 4 and we end with 4. That makes the 8. Again, I'm doing this so that you don't have the star shape on the bear in the face. If you could do a continuous of 8 and then 9 and then 10, you're going to have lines on the bear's face, and we don't want that. Single crochet in the next 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we're going to do an increase. The last stitch is an increase. And right now you should have 55 stitches. So if I count, I should have 55. Okay. Round 12. We're going to do 5 in the next 5 stitches. We're going to do 1 single crochet in each, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the next 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then an increase. Here's the increase. And now the next 10 stitches, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 10 and an increase. And we're going to do that all the way till we get to the last 5 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you're going to do an increase. We should have 5 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do 1 single crochet in each. And 5. Okay, and if you look, we started with 5, we ended with 5, completes the 10. Okay, so now in the next rounds from 13 to 15, we're going to do, we should have, right now I'm going to count it because we should have 60 stitches. And we're going to do that for the next 3 rounds. So in the next 3 rows, rows 13 to 15, it should be 60 stitches. So I will meet you at the end of the 3 rounds. Now we're reaching to the last row, which is the 15th row. Let's finish this row, and then we'll be attaching the ears in the next row, in the next round. So it's a single crochet in each one all the way around. This is the last stitch. Okay, this should be a 60 stitches, 60 stitches around. And now we're going to start to add the ears. So let's do that now. Let's do that next. So now we grab the ear and we flatten it. We're going to grab an ear and flatten it. Make sure when you put your, we're going to put it on the ear. Like, actually, we have to do the 17 stitches first. Sorry. Single crochet 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. That's the last stitch. And now we're going to attach the ears. We're going to flatten the ears. And we're going to put it through this stitch. And if you notice, this, the next stitch is right next to it. It's right, let me show you with the darning needle. The next stitch is right next to it, right here. This is the next stitch. It's not this one, it's this one. So we're going to put the hook through this one also, through this stitch. So we have it through both stitches. Then we're going to take it and we're going to insert it into the chain stitch, the single crochet stitch on the head. The next one from the last stitch that we did, the last single crochet. And we're going to single crochet over it. When you do this one, tug a little, make sure it's tight in the two corners. This corner and in the next corner. And we're going to do 9 single crochets, grabbing both sides of the ears and then into the head. So you do that 9 times. This is 2, 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 6, oh gosh, I can't get this one. Okay, this is 6, 7, 8, you see we have 8 right here. And then the last 2, these are the last 2 stitches. You go through one and then you go through the other one. That's 2, 9, this is 9. And this last single crochet, we're going to tug a little bit to make sure it stays secure. And if you go back, you can count it. There should be 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 stitches on the ear. In the next 8 stitches, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we grab the other ear. Here goes the second ear. Again, we flatten it. And don't forget the 2 stitches in the corner. They're right beside each other. So don't forget to go into these 2 stitches. They're right next to each other. Try not to miss it. We're going to lay it flat on the head. See, it goes like this. And we're going to go into this stitch, the first stitch, and then the one right beside it. And then we're going to do, again, 9 stitches. That's 1. And through both sides. And into the head. 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're going to tug on it a little bit because you want the two edges to be secure so it doesn't flop. And this is how it looks. That's your ear. And then we're going to do the last 17 stitches. Single crochet in the last 17 stitches. And 17. Okay, we did that. After you add the ears, we're going to do one single crochet again all the way around. Round 17. Now we're going to do round 18. Now we're going to start the decreasing. So we're going to single crochet 8 in the next 8 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and a decrease. Again, I use the invisible decrease. Just grab the first 2 loops, one from each stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a decrease. So we're going to continue that all the way around till you get to the end. Decrease. That was the last decrease on this round. Now we're going to round 19 and we're going to do the 54 single crochets around. One single crochet all the way around. I will meet you at the end. I have 2 more stitches. And I'm going to count this to make sure I have 54 stitches. Add my stitch marker, and now we're going on round 20 of the head. And now we're going to do 7 single crochet, 1 in each stitch. And the next 7 stitches, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to do a decrease. And we're going to do that all the way around till we get to the other side. The last 2 stitches, I make a decrease. We add our stitch marker as usual. So now we're on round 21. Round 21, we're going to do single crochet all the way around. The 48 stitches, 1 in each stitch. Now I reach to the end. We have the last 2 stitches will be 48 stitches. One more. Okay, so now we're on round 22, and 22 is 3 single crochets and the next 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3, and a decrease. Now we're going to do 6 single crochets, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 single crochets and a decrease. And we're going to do that all the way to the end and to leave the last 3 stitches open, and we're going to do 1 single crochet in each of the last 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 2. Decrease. And 3. And we started with 3, we ended with 3, that's the 6. So now we're going to do the next decrease. The next decrease is the single crochet in the next 5 stitches and a decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and a decrease. Again, same thing all the way around. And then now we're at the end. We'll do the last decrease. So now we're going to continue our decreasing. And continue our decrease, and now we're going to decrease in the next 2 stitches. We're going to do 1, 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches, 1 in each, and then we're going to decrease. Then we're going to do 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then a decrease. In my last 2 stitches, we should have 2 stitches left over. We do the last 2 stitches, single crochet in each one. And as you know, you started with 2 and you end with 2. That's your 4. Okay. At this point, we can start stuffing the head. So now we're going to continue. We're going to do 3 single crochet. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. I put my hand on the inside so that I could hold the stuffing in and it doesn't get caught on the hook. 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. And my last decrease. We have 2 more rounds to go before we close the hole. So the next round will be one single crochet in this first stitch and a decrease. The next will be 1, 2 single crochets in the next 2 single crochets and then a decrease. Decrease. And here goes your last stitch. We started with 1, we ended with 1. That makes the 2 stitches to complete the decreases, the stitches. Okay, at this point I will add a little bit more stuffing. Because we want the head firm. We want it stuffed firmly. We don't want it too firm, because then if you make it too firm, it gets too hard and the head will stretch. You just want it enough to form a nice shaped head. Okay, that should be enough. The nose is fine, everything is fine. Let me add a little bit more. And I try to put it around evenly so you don't get any lumps on one side. You can shape it. Okay, and this is the last row before we fasten off. So it'll be 1 single crochet and 1 decrease all the way around. 1 single crochet and a decrease all the way around. Okay, and then you have your last decrease. I like to place my stitch marker. You don't have to, but I place my stitch marker because when I sew it in, I want to know which one was my last stitch. I don't want to be counting. So now we're going to fasten off a few inches to crochet to sew this in. About this much. We're going to pull it. Okay, pull the yarn through. Some people do this until they have only 6 stitches, but I like the 12 because the 6 will pucker and the 12 won't. The 12 stitches don't pucker. It'll give you a flatter surface. So now when we sew this, we're going to take the front loop of every stitch. Every 3 to 4 stitches, pull. Because like I told you, if you pull this yarn, it gets, it will pop. It will, if you wait to the end, the yarn will pop. 2, they're about every 3 or 4 stitches. And you pull. And you pull. Okay. Then we know after the last 3, so I can take off my stitch marker now. 1, 2, and 3. Here goes the last stitch. And then I pull it. I pull. I tug on it. If you see there's a little hole there, that's not a problem. Just go through here and come out through the other side. See, I can just go through here and come out through the other side and just pull it. Whoop, and it shuts it. It's closed. You have a closed stitch. If you wanted to secure it, you can do it again. There you go. That was nice and secure. And then what I always do, I always put a little knot. A lot of people don't do this. I make a little knot. I create a knot. And then you just weave in your needle. That you're not going to see that because once you put your needle in and you weave it in. See? You can't even see the knot. Then I just keep weaving. I'll weave maybe two more times or so. If you see it get an indent, just pull it out like that. And I'll do one more. Then I'll just cut the yarn. And that's it. And now I pull it a little bit and then I cut very close. And then it goes back in. And we have the head. The head is done. This is the boggy head. This is what it looks like in all its glory. So I will see you for the next part of the video. If anyone has any questions, you can leave questions in the comments, or you can email me. And this is it. This is your Boggy Bear's head. Thank you.